Yeah, good morning, friends. Welcome to this cloud computing webinar. So today we will try to see what is cloud computing and what is the need of a cloud computing. So we have to go back to some history and we have to see some other things before we can understand what exactly is cloud computing. Okay. And coming to me, I'm Shakeel here. I have, 12 plus years of experience on different platforms, starting from Windows Server administration to network administration, Linux administration, and virtualization. Okay, I've been working on this many different platforms for many years now, 12 plus years actually. Okay, now one more thing. There is a chat box here. So whenever you have any doubt, whenever you have any question, you can simply send me a message in the chat box so that I can see your question and I can come to your question as early as possible. So in this way, we can make our session more organized actually. Instead of, everyone talking here, it will be good if you can use the chat box to send me your queries or to send me your questions and all those things. Done? Now let us start our webinar. So like I said, before cloud computing, what was there? Cloud computing is actually about computer network. What we are talking is about a computer network. So computer network is not a new thing here, right? For how many years we are using internet? I'm using internet from 2004, 2005 actually. Internet was there before 2004, 2005. Computer networks are there for many decades actually. So cloud computing is also a computer network. So before we see how the networks are built in cloud, we need to go back to the traditional way and we need to see how the networks were available for many decades now. Okay, one of the most important part in a computer network is server. So this is one thing we need to understand carefully so that we can understand the cloud concepts very well. So what is a server? This is the terminology we keep on hearing here and there. People say like server is down, or someone say like server is very fast. Someone can say like server is busy. Okay, so what is a server? Now there is a definition there. Server is a computer, in bracket I have written hardware or software. Now server is a machine as well as server is a operating system. So what is a server? Server is a computer or a software that provides services to users or clients over a network. This is the work of a server. Let us take general examples now. When you connect to internet, what you do, mostly you connect to Facebook or, Google, YouTube, or you access your emails, or you connect to like, some uh, whatever websites like, news websites, or, you're watching some game, cricket or football or whatever. So whenever you connect anything over the internet, you are connected to one server. When you say facebook.com, you are connected to Facebook server. When you say google.com, you are connected to Google server. When you're paying some money, you are connected to some server, maybe like phone pay server or Paytm server or whatever. So server is a machine and it has your operating system that provides services. So when I say services, all these are services actually. Email is a service, web is a service. You can play some games, there is a service. You can send or receive some money over the internet or the network, that is again a service. So these are the services we are running on a server. So let us differentiate, let us divide this hardware and software so that we can understand things in a better way. Now when I say hardware, server hardware is like your computer actually. When you take a computer, what is it in a computer or a laptop? There is a RAM, there is a hard disk, there is an NIC card, there is a CPU like i3 CPU, i5, i7, i9. There is a NIC card. All these components are there in a laptop or a desktop machine. Now the same components will be there in a server. Whatever components we have in a computer and laptop, same components will be there in a server. But the difference here is the components speed and the components capacity in a server will be much more higher compared to your computer or a server. For example, how much hard disk you have in your laptop or a desktop machine? Let's say 500 GB or 1 TB or 2 TB, right? Hardly you see any person who is using more than 2 TB hard disk in their computer. That is the maximum we use in most of the cases, right? 2 TB is more than sufficient for our personal use. But when you go to a server, you can easily see 200 TB or you can easily see 2000 TB. That much hard disk will be available in a server. So hard disk is there in a laptop and a desktop, and hard disk will be connected to the server. But what is the difference here? The capacity is the difference. There is only one hard disk in a computer, or maybe like 2 hard disks. But in a server, there can be some hundreds of thousands of TBs of hard disk can be there. Got it? This is your server hardware. Now, we know this very well. Any hardware, whether it is server hardware or even your mobile phone, that is also a hardware device. These machines will not work until and unless there is a operating system running inside it. Now, what is the operating system running in your mobile phone? It can be iOS or it can be Android. These are the major operating systems we have. Can we use the mobile phone without an operating system? Of course, no. That is literally not possible, right? Can we use a computer without an operating system? Again, no. Which OS we are using in computer or laptop? Maybe Windows 7 or Windows 8 or Windows 10 or Windows 11. These are the OS we have. Got it? So hardware will come with a operating system. Now coming to server, like I said, server hardware is much more bigger in speed, much more faster in speed, and much more in capacity. But that server hardware also has a operating system, and that operating system is actually known as server operating system. Majorly, there are 2 server operating systems we have. One is called Windows Server Operating System. Another one is called Unix or Linux Server Operating System. I hope you heard these terminologies. Just write here Windows Server OS and then Unix or Linux. We'll go to these server operating systems in more details in coming classes. But as of now, these are the server operating systems we have. Got it, friends? So server is a collection of hardware and software. Then on top of this server, we are running applications. What applications we are running? See here, applications like web application, mail application, file application, games, whatever you connect over the internet, that is something like an application. So if you want to run any application, like suppose WhatsApp is running somewhere, I am able to send a message over the WhatsApp. You are able to send a message over the WhatsApp. How that is possible? Because that particular application is running somewhere on a server. So let us come in a simple way now. Like I said, this is a very, very important point we need to understand many other things in today's webinar session. So this is the first layer we have. This is your hardware. The size, the capacity of the hardware will be much more than a normal computer or a desktop. Like I said, there can be 2 TB hard disk available in a computer, but in a server, there can be 2000 TB easily available. Then we have operating system. I hope this is clear. Hardware and then operating system. So server hardware and then server operating system. And on top of this server hardware and server operating system, what we are running here? We are running all applications here, like a web application, a mail application, I can say apps or services. A file application, okay, a database application. So there are different types of applications we have. So all these things we are running on this server operating system, and server operating system we are running on our server hardware. I hope this is very clear. So what is a server? Server is a collection of hardware and software. So server hardware is separate and server operating system is separate. So first we have to take server hardware and then we have to install the operating system on that server hardware. so that we can run applications. Whatever application, whatever you are accessing over the internet, to whichever server you are connecting, or whichever server. See, right now we are connected to Zoom. Yeah, because of this Zoom meeting, Zoom app, only we are able to conduct this session here, right? So where is this Zoom running actually? Zoom is a app. Zoom is a application. That application is running on a operating system actually. So where is that operating system, or which is that operating system? That operating system can be like say Linux. So where is that Linux operating system running? It is running on some hardware. That is a server hardware. So this is the way everything will be hosted. This is the way everything will work. Got it? Now, this is a very simple example of your server. I have just taken a motherboard actually. One is a motherboard of computer, one is a motherboard of server. The left side is a motherboard of your computer. And you can see clearly there is only one processor available there. Okay. And right side on your screen is a motherboard of your server. And see, there are totally how many processors available there? There are totally 4 processors. So I just want to show you the difference in the hardware. There is a clear difference you can see there. If you have a laptop or a desktop with you back home, or if you're working in some company on a laptop or a desktop, 99% cases that laptop or a desktop has only one CPU. That is more than enough. It can be i3, it can be i5, it can be i7, but it is only one physical chip. But once you go to a server, minimum one CPU will be there, but it can be more than one. So in this uh, motherboard, the server motherboard on your right side of your screen, there are totally 4 CPUs available. Totally 4 CPUs available. So this is much more faster, right? CPU is like the brain of your computer. So we have like 4 brains in a server, so it is much more faster. But obviously we have to pay more money. But do we need that much money? Of course we can need that much money. Do we need to spend that much money? Of course we need to spend. See, right now we are using Zoom here. Let us go back to the diagram here. Let us say the app that we are using here is Zoom. But are we only using the Zoom app as of now? This is 10th April, 10:17 a.m. Indian Standard Time. We are not only people who are using Zoom app, right? Just imagine how many more people are using Zoom. That means all the people are connected to that Zoom server. So that Zoom server should handle that much traffic. Technically, it is called traffic. I am connected to Zoom server. You are connected to Zoom server. Someone is in Brazil. He is connected to Zoom. Someone is in Dubai. Someone is in Australia. Someone is in Singapore. Someone is in somewhere in New York. They all are connected to Zoom server. So the performance of the Zoom server should be much more higher. The hardware capacity should be more. Okay. So that it can handle all the connections easily. How many people are connected to Google server as of now? Many. Whenever you watch any match, for example, like say you're watching IPL match, then it will show how many connections are there. 30 lakh connections, 35 lakh connections, 40 lakh. That means that many people are connected to that particular Hotstar. That many people are connected to that particular app. So it is able to provide services to that many connections. Hundreds and thousands and lakhs and millions of connections. Got it? So that is the reason the hardware should be more. And see, actually, this is your actual server. It looks like this. You may feel like it is looking like a desktop machine. Of course, it can look like a desktop machine, but the size will be a bit bigger than the desktop CPU. Okay, and this is the server. It is from IBM company. So we have IBM, HP, Dell, Toshiba, Lenovo. These are the companies that manufacture your server. So server is manufactured by these companies. Let me just write here. Hardware is manufactured by IBM, HP, Dell. These are the market leaders actually, IBM, HP, and Dell. But beside this, Toshiba, Lenovo, Acer, Cisco, etc. There are some more companies. There are many more companies actually, but IBM, HP, Dell are market leaders. Okay, and coming to server operating system. Coming to server operating system, majorly we have two. One is Windows, that is from Microsoft, and the second one is Unix or Linux. What is the difference between Unix or Linux, that we will see in more details in coming classes, as well as we will see the Windows operating system. But as of now, these are the operating systems we have. And coming to apps, coming to services, there are many. Like I said, whenever you connect to internet, like suppose you're connected to Zomato or Swiggy, you want to order some food, you're connected to Ola or Uber, you want to book your cab, you're connected to that particular server, you're connected to Zomato server or Ola server. So there is a application running on that particular server. So this is the whole scenario. This is what server is all about. Server is a hardware and it has the operating system, and on top of that operating system, the application or services are running. Done. Now, before I move, I just want to remind you again, the chat box is always open here, friends. I'm just sending a hi message here. So whenever you have any doubts, whenever you have any questions, feel free to send me a message in the chat box so that I can address your question. This should be an interactive session. Okay. This is just a webinar. I'm just trying to show you what exactly is cloud computing. What is the past, what is the present, and what about the future of cloud computing? That is what we are trying to learn. Done. See, this is what we have seen now. User, he is connected to applications. Applications are running on a server operating system, and server operating system is running on your server hardware. Now, can we just take a server and can we start running this server? No, there are many more things we have to do. So before we see what are the other things we have to do, let us go back and let us see some other things. See, server is not free. Like your laptop and desktop, you have already paid some money for that. Maybe someone has paid 40,000 rupees, and maybe someone has paid 75,000 rupees for a laptop. It depends on the configuration, right? Operating system is also not free. Maybe someone has paid $80, someone has paid $50. It depends on the operating system. So nothing is free. For every hardware and every operating system, we have to pay money. So for example, imagine you're using a server with let's say 4 processors and say 64 GB RAM, and let us say like 50 TB hard disk and all those things. It is like, you know, a good configuration. I'm not saying very good. I'm just saying it is a good configuration. So how much money we have to spend? How much money company have to spend to purchase a server? Let me just take you to Google and let us say high configuration server price. Can you see here, friends? It says there is a Dell server here, and the cost it is showing here is 4,21,000, 4,00,000, 3,56,000. Okay, if you go to the server and see the specification of the server, you can see how much hardware they have. See, starting price here is 4,21,642 rupees. This is a Dell company server. CPU configuration, how many CPUs you need? 1 CPU or 2 CPU. Okay, and processor, which processor you need? There is something called Intel Xeon. Intel is company we know very well, but in Intel there is a series called Xeon series. So we have like different processors here. We can select the processor, and once you select the processor, the overall pricing will change. So it is showing you some options here. Anyhow, we can see many more things here. Memory, whether you need 64 GB or 32 GB. See here, if you select 64 GB, then it is 1,65,000 something. If you select 32 GB, then it is like 91,000. So it depends on your overall hardware configuration. We have to pay that much money. 800 GB hard disk it is showing here. 960 GB hard disk, 1.6 TB hard disk. So like this, how many hard disk you need? So server is your hardware machine. So how much money a company have to spend? A lot of money. So let us say on average they are spending 4,000 Or let us go with like say $5,000. $5,000 is some money, right? $5,000 will be approximately 4 lakh Indian rupees. So maybe they need some servers that may cost them $5,000, or maybe they can take servers that can cost them like say $3,000, or maybe like $10,000. It depends on the server configuration. Done. Then operating system, whether it is Windows operating system or Linux operating system, there is some payment we have to do. Let us say like $1,200. It will be more actually, but at least we have to pay some money there. For some time it is free, but after that we have to pay money. And for applications also, we have to purchase applications and we have to maintain applications. So all these things. So see, already company has spent more than $6,000 on one server, only on one physical server. And for one operating system, they have spent around $6,000. And this $6,000 can be a bit less and it can be a bit more. We are just taking a basic example here. Now, $6,000 is, of course, some money. Let us go to calculator here. How much will be $6,000 in Indian rupees? That is some money, right? 4,50,000 rupees for one server is, of course, some money. The company is spending in a very good amount of money for a single machine. Now, one server, is it enough to run a business? The answer is no. I can say with 100% guarantee, friends, there is no company on the face of the earth where they are running their business or they are running the company only on one server. That is literally not possible. We need many servers. We need many servers actually. One server is not at all sufficient. One server is there for web server, one server is there for email, one is for file, one is for database, one is for DNS, one is for DHCP. There are many services available in a network. There are many apps we are running. There are many services running in a network. So we need many physical servers. One server is not at all sufficient. Go to any size company, go to smallest company, one server is not sufficient. Okay, so I'll take an example. Like suppose in your company, you need totally 100 servers. Now I'm taking 100 here. I just want to tell you that 100 is not a big company. You may be thinking 100 servers is looking big, right? 100 servers, the number is looking huge. But no, it is not a big company. In big company, you may have hundreds or maybe like more than 1,000 servers. So that is a big company. But I'm just taking 100 server here. Okay, it can be like 20 servers also if the company is small. It can be 100 servers if a company is like around medium level. So it depends. So in my company, for example, we need 100 servers. So how much money we company have to spend here? Let us calculate. 100 multiplied by, let us say 6,500 for each server. Some can be less, some can be more. So on average, that much money. So how much? This much dollars, $6,50,000 a company have to spend to purchase those 100 servers. Now let us see $6,50,000 is how much money in Indian currency. This is nearly 5 crores. Now listen, friends, if you are starting a business and if you need 5 crores to just purchase servers, that means it is huge money, right? That is a huge money. And if you need more servers, you need to spend more money. So just remember the single point. You need 100 servers. So we are spending nearly 5 crores Indian rupees to purchase those 100 servers with operating systems. It can be less, it can be more. I'm just giving an example so that you can understand things very easily. So, but still that is some money, right? That much money a company have to spend to purchase this many servers. Now, purchasing these servers, is it enough? No. With servers, we need to take some more devices. Like, there are some devices like routers, firewalls, switches, storage, all these other devices we have to take. I repeat, what are the other devices we have to take? We have to take routers, servers, switches, firewalls, storage, all these other devices we have, all the other devices we have to take so that we can make a computer network. Server is connected to switch. Okay, a router will be there that will make connection between your office and the branch office. A firewall will be there that will provide security to your network. Okay, a storage will be there where we can keep our data. So we have many more devices. We'll see all these devices in coming classes. What is a server? What is a router? What is a switch? What is a firewall? What is storage? All these things we need to learn a bit more details actually. So as of now, just remember one thing: to make a computer network, server is a very, very important part. Along with server, we have some other devices. So routers, switches, firewalls, storage, and all those things. And again, we have to spend money on these devices. Nothing is free, right? You have to again spend money. Like for example, you have taken a laptop and suppose you want to take external keyboard and mouse, you have to spend again some money, right? So routers and switches and firewalls, they will cost again some thousands of dollars. So overall, the cost of a computer network is huge. Overall, the price of a computer network is huge. So no company will like to spend that much money when they start a business. Okay, suppose imagine someone has already spent that much money. Is there any guarantee that the business will run? If the business is not running that much, suppose they have taken 100 servers, right? They have totally taken how many servers? 100 servers, but the business is not running up to their expectations. So what they have to do? They have to remove like say 40 servers. So they need only 60 servers now. So what about remaining 40 servers? Completely wasted. You already spend a lot of money on those 40 servers, right? But you're not using it because that much is not needed. Can we simply run the servers in a company if they are not utilized? No. It will increase your electricity bill and it can increase some other things. So now there is a problem here. Or suppose imagine the company is running perfectly, company is running with profit, so they need more servers now. So when they need more servers, so they have to order some servers online, or they have to go to some showroom somewhere, or they have to go to some place where a person is dealing with servers and all those things, and they have to take like say suppose another 20 servers, and they have to install the operating system, and they have to make all setup. So how much time they need to spend here? Maybe like 10 days or 1 week. So once they have decided to increase the number of servers in their company, they have to spend around 1 week or 10 days to bring those servers and make that server up. So like this, things will work. So there are two things. If the business is working good, if the business is like in profit, and if they want to increase the number of servers, it will take 8 to 10 days to increase the server. But in case if the business is not running, they have to remove the server. So in both the ways, we can see there are some difficulties. And beside this, like I said, we have the other devices to take, like routers, switches, firewalls, and all the other devices. And what you see on your screen is a very simple computer network. You can see the names are clearly written with every device. Like there is a device like internet. See, internet is not a device, but I'm just saying internet connection is coming here. And there is a firewall connected. Firewall will protect your network from hackers and all those things. Then there is a router. There is a switch. Then we have laptops and desktops. And in the bottom, we can see the device clearly. This is your server. So in this diagram, I have taken only one server. But you know, like I said, there is no company anywhere on the face of the earth where only one server is sufficient to run a network. Not at all possible. So we need many servers. So see, the company have to spend money on servers, many switches, network routers, firewalls, and all the other devices. So it is a very costly business. And one more thing we need to remember, like I said before, if the business is running, then they are getting some profits. If the business is not running, then these devices or most of the devices will be like wasted. And they need to sell the devices in market with less than like 50% income, up 50% whatever they have spent initially. Okay, so this is your old traditional network. This is the way every company is working for many decades. Whenever, see, internet age is around 33, 34 years actually. 33, 34 years. Before 35 years, there was no internet. That I can say. In last 33, 34 years, the concept of internet came. But the computer networks were there before 30 years. Those were like private networks. But internet is public, right? So for last 35 years, internet is here. And especially from 1990s, internet has become a huge thing. Now, can we survive without internet? Literally not possible, right? If you want to purchase anything, we need internet. If you want to, like, do some shopping, we need internet. Whatever you do, or whatever business you do, or whatever you're purchasing and you're selling, or whatever you do, you need internet connection for that. Fine. So this is a computer network we have. This is an old traditional computer network we have. Let me just show you one simple photo of a computer network. I'll take you to some server room. So this is a server room in some XYZ company. You can see clearly how the server rooms are built. These are known as racks. This is a rack actually. This is one rack. This is two rack. Rack is a place where you connect all the devices. This is three rack. This is four, and this is, there are totally 6 racks. You can see clearly. But again, this is not a very big network. This is just a medium-sized network. And what you see here are the servers. This is server. This is server, 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 server. So see here, friends. They have spent a lot of money in bringing these servers. They have taken a big space here. They have purchased the rack. They have purchased all the devices. They have made all the connections here. Okay. And they need to maintain electricity. They need to maintain the AC. They need to maintain the cooling and all the things they have to do. Then the computer network is working. Every computer network will work in this way. The size of your data center can be like, a bit smaller than this, or it can be like much more bigger than this. Okay, I'll take you to one more network here. Let me just show you. Yeah, this is a, now see the size of this network, but still there are like 3 to 4 racks here, right? But this is also a server room. So this is the way a computer network is working. So what disadvantages we have here? The major disadvantage here is the cost. We need to spend a lot of money. Company have to spend a lot of money. Okay. Now listen, I'm just writing a very, very important point here. Just try to understand what is this. There is a rule we follow in computer networks, and that is one server, one service. What it means, one server, one service means, let us say we have many servers in a company. This is one server, this is one server, this is one server. Like this, we have like tens and hundreds of servers. One server means I'm talking about physical server. One service means I'm talking about the service that is running. Like I said, there are many services. For example, imagine there is a service running on this server with the name web service. There is a mail service. Okay. There is a file service. There is something called DHCP service. So what I'm trying to say here is, if you install web service on this server, that means one server, one service. No other service should be installed here. Only web service is enough. If you install mail server here, no other service should be installed. One server and one mail service is enough. This is the way the networks will operate. So that is the reason we need more servers actually. Got it? That is the reason we need more servers. One server and one service. Okay, what if I install web server as well as mail server? Web server as well as mail server in a single machine. Now there is more traffic generated towards this server. Many people are connected to this server. Many people are trying to access information from that server. Someone is accessing an email. Someone is trying to access a web server so that he can gather some information. So if someone is doing, if two services are installed in a single machine, there is more traffic generated and this server can go down easily. Server can go down easily. That is the reason we follow this rule: one server, one service. Got it? one server, one service. Now, friend, just take your time, just take 30 seconds, just try to understand what we have discussed in last 30 minutes, 35 minutes. And if there is any doubt, we will see, or else we can go to the solution. This is a problem actually. Companies spending money on 100 servers. And like I said, if the business is running well and good, if it is not running properly, then we need to decrease the number of servers. So we have like we need to company have to face lot of loss. So what is a solution for this? Is there any solution, like instead of spending money on 100 servers, is there any solution here? Of course, there is a solution. So let us go there and see the solution, what we can do. The solution here is called virtualization. This is the solution actually. This is one of the solution. What we have seen till now is a very old traditional network. We are using this traditional network for many decades, but for last 20 years, we are into this solution, that is your virtualization. Especially last 15 years, this virtualization has become very famous, and companies has adapted this virtualization technology in, like I say, like most of the companies. So what is this virtualization technology? What it will do? You know, it is a very easy technology. What virtualization technology will do here is, let us go back to the diagram here. Yeah. Just a second, friends. Okay, fine. So we have this server here. In this server, what we have some services, right? Which service we have installed here? Let us say we have installed a service called web service. So we are running only web service. Remember, we said one server, one service. This is the rule we follow. So we have installed web service. So we are using only web service here. We cannot use any other service. But you know what we can do in virtualization? Let me just show with a diagram here. It is such a beautiful option we have. So let us see what we can do in this virtualization. So I have taken one server here again, only one physical server. And in this one physical server, I have some hardware here. Like every server has a hardware for sure. Motherboard, processor, RAM, hard disk, NIC card, all these things will be there. Okay. But we are not installing operating system on this hardware. You know what we do? There is a option called virtualization. Actually, technically, it is called hypervisor. The software is called hypervisor, but I'll write as virtualization. This is the technology we use here. So what we do here, friends, instead of installing an operating system directly on this machine, we are installing this virtualization. We are using this virtualization technology. So what virtualization technology will do? Let us see the difference between a virtualization. Let us see the difference between a virtual machine and a physical machine first. What is physical machine? Physical machine is a machine that you are using. Like your laptop is a physical machine. Your server is a physical machine. Or your desktop is a physical machine. Your mobile phone is a physical machine. But what is virtual? Virtual means we can take one physical machine and we can divide this one physical machine into different or many virtual machines. I repeat, we can take one physical machine and we can divide this one physical machine into how many virtual machines? Many virtual machines. That means there is only one server, but internally this server is divided into many servers. So how that is possible? That is possible by using this virtualization technology. So we have done the virtualization in this hardware. Now what I have to do? I have to create servers here. Now see, there is a magic now. So I have installed server. I have created a virtual server. I have created a virtual server. I have created virtual server. I am creating many virtual servers here. This virtual server, let us say, is a web server. This is, let us say, a mail server. This is, let us say, a file server. This is, let us say, server code, DNS server or whatever, and there are some database servers. Now see here, friends, what virtualization is doing here. If you go with the old traditional network, this is your old traditional network actually. How many services you are installing here? You are installing only one service. But if you go with the virtualization option, how many services you install in one physical machine? You install a web server, mail server, DNS server, file server, and there is some other server here. That means we are running 5 services in one physical machine. You can run 50 services in one physical machine. You can run up to 1000 services, approximately 1000 services in one physical machine. That means instead of taking this 5 physical servers, web server, one physical server, file server, mail server, DNS server, DHCP server, instead of taking one physical server for each machine, one physical server for each service, we have taken only one physical machine, and in that one physical machine we have created multiple virtual machines. So what you see, this pink color is actually a virtual machine I have created there. So what is the advantage here, friends? Instead of spending like money on different physical servers, we just need to spend money on one physical server and we can create all the virtual machines. So we are saving a lot of money. The company will save a lot of money. So in our example, what we said there are totally 100 servers, right? We have taken 100 physical servers. Now let us say we have taken totally 100 physical servers, and for 100 physical servers we have spent that much money. This is huge money. Of course it is huge, right? So this much money we have already spent. But in virtualization, what we can do here, friends, instead of spending money on 100 physical servers, we can take, let us say, 4 physical servers. How many? We can take only 4 physical servers. And in each physical server, let us say this is virtual machine 1 and say this is virtual machine 25. This is virtual machine 25. So how many virtual machines I have created? I have created 25 virtual machines in one physical server. So like this, in 4 physical servers, how many machines we can create now? Easily we can create 100 machines, friends. Now this is the solution we have. So instead of spending money on 100 physical servers, we can only purchase or we can only buy 4 physical servers, and we can easily run all the services on these 4 physical servers. Sounds good? The company is saving a lot of money. So this is the solution we have, and this solution is called virtualization. See, I have many definitions here. I have taken these definitions from all these companies. IBM, you know, Microsoft, Red Hat, VMware is a very famous company. So let us see one of the definitions. What it says here is, let us go with the Red Hat definition. It says virtualization is a technology that lets you create useful IT services using resources that are traditionally bound to hardware. Now see, it allows you to use physical machines full capacity by distributing its capabilities among many users or individuals. Now, whatever I have said, that is what it is saying here. So in a simple language, I can say, see, virtualization will take at least 2 classes for us to understand. We are not learning anything about virtualization as of now, but in a simple language, I can say, instead of taking 100 physical servers, we can take only 4 physical servers and we can create 100 virtual machines. Or if you want to create more virtual machines, you can create more virtual machines, and we can run our services on those virtual machines easily. This is your virtualization. But so this is the example. Left side of your screen is your traditional architecture, hardware, operating system, and application. And right side, that is in blue color, you can see clearly there is a hardware, then there is virtualization, then there is operating system, then application. So there is an extra layer coming here. I'll discuss this in more details in coming sessions, but as of now, this is one option available. Okay, and these are some of the companies that provides you the virtualization technology. Now we are here. Server hardware we have seen before. Remember, 100 servers we need. Okay, fine. That we are using for many decades now, that network. Then when enter into the virtualization technology, what we do in virtualization technology, instead of taking 100 servers, we have taken only 3 or 4 servers, and we are still running all the 100 services in those 3 or 4 servers. So that is again a great option, right? But the problem in virtualization is the 4 servers that you have taken there, the 4 servers are still available in your location. You still need to manage them. You still need to purchase 4 physical servers. You still need to manage them. You still need to manage the hardware. You still need to manage, install the operating system, upgrade the operating system. Everything you have to do by yourself. But again, instead of managing 100 physical servers, now you are managing only 4 physical servers. So your work has reduced, right? The maintenance work has reduced very well. But still, we need to manage 4 physical servers at our location. So if there is a problem in one of the hardware, one of the server, then we need to repair, or we need to troubleshoot, and all the things we have to do. Got it, friends? So this is the way the virtualization technology will work. Now, after virtualization technology, we have one more concept here called cloud computing. Now we are in a position to understand cloud computing very well. So let us see what is cloud computing. You know what happens in cloud computing is there are many companies like Amazon, Microsoft, Google, HP, IBM, Red Hat, okay, Cisco, Citrix, whatever big company, Apple, all these companies are offering you the cloud computing services. So you know what these companies will do? They say, why you're using 100 servers? And again, why you're using even 4 servers in your company? They are saying no need to purchase any servers in your physical, no need to purchase any servers in your network, no need to buy any physical servers in your network. What you can do here is you can use our resources. Amazon, Microsoft, Google, all these companies are saying we have huge data centers. What these companies are saying, we have huge data centers, so you can use our data centers to run your services. I repeat, the companies are saying we have huge data centers, so you can use our data centers to run our services. That means they are saying we will provide you the hardware, we will provide you the server, router, switch, firewall, we will provide you everything. What you can do, you can create a virtual network in our scenario, in our data center, and you can run your applications. It's a brilliant idea actually. It's a cost saving idea. They are saying no need to make your own infrastructure in your company. We have already infrastructure. We have huge infrastructure. You use our infrastructure. Just create your virtual machine set. Just create virtual servers. Create a web server. Create a mail server. Create a file server. Use our hardware and pay money according to your usage. No need to pay money on day one. Start using it first. Start running your business. After 1 month you can pay. After 3 months you can pay. After 6 months you can pay. It depends on the policies, whatever we have seen, whatever we have there. So first use, like suppose you need 100 servers, it will take only 1 hour for you to run 100 servers in cloud. You know how much time it will take to run one server? It will take hardly 50 to 100 seconds. Let us say 2 minutes, maximum 2 minutes. Within 2 minutes, you can make a server up. You can create a server and you can keep that server up within like 2 minutes. And it can be accessible globally anywhere. Any person can access that server. That is the advantage in cloud. So when you make that server, are you making that server in your hardware server? No. Is it in the virtualization in your setup? No. It is over the cloud. It is at some other location. So we just need to create an account in Amazon Web Services, and we need to create a service there. We need to create a server. Within 2 minutes, we can create a server and we can install web services there so that all the people can access web services. All the people can access our web server. So within 2 minutes, our server is ready and up and ready. This is what cloud computing is offering you. So in server hardware, we are buying 100 servers. In virtualization, we are buying 4 to 5 servers. But in cloud computing, how many physical servers we have to buy? 0. There is no need to buy any physical server. We can simply use the servers which are there in the data center of Amazon or Microsoft or Google and all those things. This is what cloud computing is all about, friends. Let me just take you to . Amazon data center. Actually, in Hyderabad, it is coming. So whenever actually I'm in Hyderabad, so it will always show the Hyderabad option there. Now see here, friends. This is a data center from inside. Can I say gigantic? Actually, of course, I can say gigantic here, right? See what you see here. All these are servers. This is only one lane. Actually, there are like maybe like 30, 50, 100 lanes within one data center. So Amazon people are saying, listen, these are the servers we have. All these are servers we have. So you can use our servers and you can run your services there. So the same server can be used by you. The same server can be used by me, and the same server can be used by some other company. So why these people are offering cloud computing? They want to save our money. Okay, we are saving our money as well as they are getting more profit, right? So it is a business. So one server can be used by many companies to run their services without any issue. So how many servers we can see here? This is one of the data centers somewhere in, so this is one of the Amazon data centers available somewhere actually. So within one data center, we have this many servers. So this, like I said, this is only one lane here. Like this, there can be some tens and hundreds of lanes available. So this is what cloud computing is all about, friends. I hope you understood now. What is cloud computing? What it says, see, Amazon says, cloud computing is on-demand delivery of IT resources. So when I say IT resources, I'm talking about servers, routers, switches, firewalls, and all those things. So it is a delivery of IT resources over the internet with pay-as-you-go model. Pay-as-you-go model means just pay for how much you use. You know, I take the example of electricity every time. How much electricity bill you will get? Maybe you're getting 500 rupees this month, or maybe you got 7,000 rupees last month. That is a possibility, right? Electricity bill is not fixed. It depends on your usage. If you're using more if you're consuming more power, you will get more electricity. Here also same. If you're using 100 servers, you will get this much bill. But if you're using like 1,000 servers, you will get more bill. But whatever billing we are getting, whatever money we are paying to the cloud providers, that money is much more lesser than the physical infrastructure. Okay. Now see here what it says. It is an on-demand delivery of IT resources over the internet with pay-as-you-go pricing. And it says, instead of buying, owning, and maintaining physical data centers and servers, you can access technology services such as computing power, that is server, storage, and database on an as-needed basis from a cloud provider like AWS. From a cloud provider like AWS. Not only AWS, we have many cloud providers here like Microsoft. They also say the same thing, but they say in different way. We have something called IBM. They also say the same thing, but you know, the sentencing will be different. We have Citrix, we have Salesforce. So all these people, they say the same thing. These are some of the very, very, very big companies we have that provides you the cloud computing technology. They say we have our data centers. So come to us, create your account and run your services, and how much you use, you pay that much. Like suppose you're running a server only for like 3 hours. So you can pay money only for 3 hours. You need 100 servers. You have like, you know, started 100 servers over the cloud computing. You're running totally 100 servers. But like I said, the business is not running now. So you need only 60 servers now. So what we can do, remaining 40 servers, within like 10 minutes, we can terminate the remaining 40 servers. Terminate means we can delete. So once you terminate, you're not getting any bill. But suppose imagine the business is running very well. So instead of 100 servers, you need 130 servers now. You need extra 30 servers. So within next half an hour, you can make another 30 servers up and ready. This is what cloud computing is all about. It is about your computer networks. It is about your computer networks. It is not like, you know, we are not learning a XYZ company, XYZ technology. It is all about a computer network. But this is the history. Initially, like 30, 40 years before, we have only server hardware. We need to take many servers. Then from 2000, actually, we have virtualization. which is a good concept. Instead of 100 servers, we can take 4 to 5 servers. Then we have the cloud computing. In cloud computing, we can take 0 servers. There is no need to take any server in our location. We can just use the servers which are available at some other location, and we can easily pay money according to our usage. So this is what cloud computing is all about. So over to you, friends. You can just, revise everything. And if you have any doubts and questions, you can come with your questions here. I am available for next 5-10 minutes, or maybe I can go with a bit more. So this is cloud. Servers, storage, application, networking, database, everything we can keep on cloud. And we can pay money according to our usage. Now, before we see who can learn cloud computing, I'll take a break for 30 seconds. If you have any doubts or questions, please send me your question in the chat box. Okay, so meanwhile, let us see who can learn this cloud computing. Now, there are no prerequisites for cloud computing. If I say this, I am correct. And if I say there are some prerequisites for cloud computing, that is also correct. Like I said, cloud computing is a computer network technology. We are making some computer network. So if you know something about a computer network, then it is very useful for you. Okay, there is a question here. Can I get course structure and fees with timeline? Okay. Can I just come to that question within like 5 minutes, Ramesh? Because I just need to finish who can learn cloud computing. Then I'll come to your question. Okay, yeah, fine. Thank you. Now, like I said, any person can learn cloud computing, but there are some prerequisites he should know. There is something called Windows Server Administration and Linux Server Administration. If you know any one of this, then it will be useful for you to understand many concepts. There is something called CCNA course where you're learning about networking, especially IP addressing, subnetting, routing, firewall, all those things. So if you know that, it will be easy for, there are some topics which will be easy for you to understand. And if you know what is virtualization, then again, it is easy for you to understand some topics. And coming to me, I have experience on Windows Server and Linux Server Administration. I have huge experience on networking as well as on virtualization. I have experience on all these 3 technologies. So cloud computing looks a bit easy. So what I have done here is in this curriculum, I have simply added these 3 topics. Actually, cloud computing is only for 1 month. But I'll go with cloud computing for 42 to 45 days, maximum 45 days. The reason is I need to cover the operating system. I need to cover the networking. I need to cover the virtualization. Without understanding these concepts, you cannot understand many things in cloud computing. So directly, I cannot select IP address. IP address is a huge part of our computer network. I will take 3 to 4 classes on IP addressing. IP address is one of the most important part of your career. So IP address actually you learn in some other course like CCNA. But if someone is a fresher or if someone has no knowledge of networking, or if someone has very less knowledge of networking, or maybe someone is a database administrator, or maybe he is a Linux administrator, then IP addressing knowledge is not there with him. So I have to cover IP addressing, and I have to cover IP addressing in details. So I have added these 3 points from my side. So beside cloud computing, we will be learning this. I'm not saying like we are learning these 3 first and we'll go to the cloud computing. No, it depends on the scenario. First, we can go with networking, then maybe we can go with virtualization, then operating system. It depends on the topic. Okay, so these are the things I will cover before I start any other topic in cloud computing. So first, we need to see the basics of any particular topic. Then we need to see the cloud. Remember, I told you, friends, cloud is all about your computer networks. So first, you should know on-premise network. First, you should know the physical network. Then you can understand how the networks are working over the cloud. Okay. Now coming back to the question. course fees, duration, and all those things. Let me just write here. Course duration is 45 days. Fee for cloud computing, that is AWS and all those basics, whatever I have written there, it is 5,000 Indian rupees. Okay. Each and every class will be recorded class. This class is also recorded. This session is also recorded actually. So starting 4 to 5 classes, or at least 3 to 4 classes will be there on YouTube. There is a DURGASOFT website there where you can find this. Let me just show you. So see here, this is the place where you can see all the course details and all this. So starting 3-4 classes will be available on YouTube. Then after that, the classes will be shared directly with you. The recorded classes will be shared directly with you. Okay, so it is like this. So all the classes are recorded from day 1 till the last day. Each and every class is recorded. And people who paid fee after like 3 classes, they will get all the other recorded classes. Done. And coming to syllabus, actually syllabus we will share by today evening or maximum by tomorrow. The AWS curriculum in details we'll share with you by tomorrow, hopefully. Okay. Now one more thing. This is just a seminar or webinar, like we are connected through the internet. So it is a webinar. Our classes will start from 14th April at 8 a.m. This is the time of our course, 14th April, 8 a.m. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, there are no classes. Today is Sunday. And today is, Navratri also. Very thankful for coming and joining the session, friends. I was not expecting anyone, but again, very thank you for coming in some number. So anyhow, the next 3 days, I don't have any class. I'll be starting this course on 14th April at 8 a.m. So that will be the demo session where I'll discuss more about cloud, AWS, and all those things. Okay, so next session will be on 14th. But again, coming to duration, it is for maximum 45 days. Fees is like 500 Indian rupees, and every class is recorded class, and you will get some classes on YouTube starting 3-4 classes, and all the other classes will be shared with you directly in your whatever email ID you provide there, it will be shared. I'll show you one of my existing batch actually. I was taking some other classes here like CCNA and MCSC and all those things. So let me just show you this. This is my CCNA. I have just finished the batch in February, so I have not taken any other batch from them. So see, all these are the recorded classes they have provided. How many recorded classes we have provided in CCNA? There are totally 39 sessions actually, 37, 38. This was added later. So there are totally 39 sessions we have added in CCN, and it will be something like this. I just want to show you one session here. Say this is a class, so it will be like this. You know how the recorded classes will be there. I'm done. So all these classes will be shared with you directly to your mail ID. Whatever mail ID you provide once you register for the course, it will be shared with you, and you can access this course for like 6 months. 6 months is like more than enough. But anyhow, recorded classes will help you a lot in understanding technology. And in case if you miss any class, you will get the recorded class by evening. So before you come to the next class, you can just go through the recorded class and you can come for the next class. So this is all about your course. And again, 14th April at 8 a.m. I am going to start this course. 14th April at 8 a.m. Okay, friends. So anything else? Any other questions? Any other doubts? Every day, what will be the time duration? Every day, the class will be from 8 a.m. up to maximum 9, 5 or 9, 10. I'll try to finish in 1 hour. I can go maximum up to 19 because I have another class at 9:30. So I need to take break for 20 minutes or so between every class. So I have to finish before 9:10. So 60 to 70 minutes will be the session. Yeah, Ramesh, please go ahead. So always you should feel comfortable in asking questions, because if you're not asking question, if you're not clearing your doubt, then there is no use. Because what is the advantage of having an online session with a trainer? You can ask your doubts, right? If you watch any topic on YouTube, you can just watch it, but you are getting many doubts. Who will clear the doubts? The trainer will not answer there, right? The recorded classes will be there, but here the classes are recorded. These are live classes, right? Live classes and recorded classes. So live classes means you have great opportunity to clear each and every doubt. Okay, so the question here is how we can manage practical and lectures. I think you're asking like how the classes will be conducted, practicals and the theory, right? Yeah. See here. Suppose we are discussing about a topic. Let us say the topic is about a topic called VPC, Virtual Private Cloud. So first I need to explain you what is VPC. Theoretically, I need to explain you what is VPC. I need to make a diagram and then I need to explain you like what is VPC diagrammatically. I'll try to use these sort of diagrams as much as possible. So I need to explain you what is VPC. Once I explain you theoretically what is VPC, then what I have to do? I have to show you the lab. For most of the things that we are learning in our AWS course and whatever we are learning, we have practicals. Okay, so whatever courses you are learning, there are certain topics which are only theoretical we need to understand, and there are many topics which we need to understand theoretically as well as practically. So first we need to understand the theory of that particular topic, why it is there, how, where we can use all these things we need to understand. Then we need to understand the practicals, how we can use it, and then we need to see like what interview questions we will get from this particular topic. This is the way we will conduct our classes. And one more thing, I'll add one more thing here. To do labs, you need internet connection and you need active AWS account. So internet connection is there with you for sure. There's a reason you're able to connect to this session. And how to create a AWS account, I'll share this with you in coming classes. Okay, there is one more question here, that is, so mostly we will do 80% practical. It depends actually. There are certain topics where 80% theory will be there, 20% practical will be there. There are certain topics where there is more practical and less theory. It depends. So I cannot divide into percentage here. It depends on the topic. There are certain topics which will take maybe like 3 days for theory, but practically it can finish in like 20 minutes. So what I'm trying to say here is theory and practical will be there for most of it. For example, there is a topic here called IP addressing and subnetting. It will take 3 to 4 classes for me to explain you what is IP addressing and subnetting. Theory, I will explain you theoretically, and there are some calculations that actually I need to show you calculations. But when I come to like how to assign an IP address, then it may take like only 30 seconds actually. So I cannot divide the course in that way, but I can say only one thing. First, we need to understand the theory of a concept. First, we need to understand the concept. Then we need to see how to implement that concept practically. And if you want to do practicals back home, you can do practicals anywhere. What you need, you just need a machine with internet connection, not mobile phone. Actually, you need a laptop or a desktop machine. And then you need a AWS account. And how to create a AWS account, that I'll show you in coming classes. Let me just take you to my AWS account here. Say sign into the console. Wait a second, I'll just show you my account. Some capture here. And some password. This is actually the AWS account. This is the place where we do all practicals. Can I see my billing here? I hope not much. Oh, I have some billing to pay. I have like 0.10 USD dollars. Okay. I'll go through these billings and all those things, like how much we have to do, how much we have to pay and all those things. It depends on the scenario. I'll come to this in more details. Okay. Okay, you're already working, so I'm certified AWS real-time scenario like disaster. You're talking about disaster recovery here, right? I am a certified with DUMS. Yeah, DUMS should be the. I'll come to this AWS certification and all those things in the next session actually. But as of now, the question here is: can we work for a client? See, whatever we are learning here, friends, if you do the practicals, then you can work for any client actually. You can work for sure for any client. Okay. It is up to you how much practice you do. It is up to you, like how much practice you do. And if you do the practicals regularly, if you practice everything regularly, you can see the advantage here is, I'll just try to put things in a very easy way. All these steps are clearly available there. We just need to, like, understand when to use which step. For example, like I have written operating system Windows and Linux OS in a color. It is in black color. Can I change the color from black to some other color? Let us say, can I go to this green color? See, I have changed the color here. How am I able to change the color? Because the option was available there, right? So when you go with this AWS practicals or whatever, the options are already available there. We just need to know which option to use when. That is what we need to understand. That is actually the main thing we need to understand. Understand the theory and understand how to do that particular practical. So implementation will be like, what you do there, what you learn, that is what you are implementing. Okay, friends. So like I said, our first session will be there on 14th April morning, 8 a.m. up to like 9, 10, whatever. But it will start exactly at 8 a.m. And coming to this class is a recorded session. You can see this recorded session after like, 2 hours on the YouTube channel. They will upload this session. So if you have any doubts or any questions, you can come back to me in our next session. And this is just the beginning. Hopefully things will look more easier for you in coming sessions. I can say one thing: cloud computing technology is a very, very, on demand technology. It is one of the hot career paths you can select, and there are many other options available, like you can go with like DevOps and all those things. So for many things, cloud computing is necessary for you to learn. And for all these payments and all those things, I'll just share a number with you, friend. This is a number of the DURGASOFT number. I'll share the number of the management. So for payment and for all the other details, you can just contact on this particular number. 9246 212143. 9246 212143. Yeah, this is the number. This is the WhatsApp number also. In case if the number is coming busy, you can just text them on WhatsApp. They will come to you as early as possible. Okay, so fees is only Indian rupees 5,000. You are getting AWS with this extra 3 options. It is literally not possible for anyone to learn AWS without knowing the concepts of servers, routers, okay, virtualization and all those things. So I have experience on all these platforms. So from my experience, I can say one thing very clear. If you know this concept very well, you can understand the AWS concepts easily. It's all about computer networks. Don't feel like you're learning completely a new technology. No, it is all about your computer networks. It's all about your servers. It's all about your IP addresses. It's all about your routers and switches and all those things. Okay, friends, again, thanks thanks so much for joining today. Although there is some festival, I have got some good number here, and very good luck for you. Very good luck for your careers. And I'll be available here for some more time. If there is any doubt, we can see it, or else we can stop the session. And see you again on 14th April at 8 a.m. with our AWS topics. I'll take you to the syllabus hopefully on 14th April. Okay, fine. Thanks again. Thanks, Sunil. Thanks for joining. So I think there are no other questions here. There are no doubts. So we can stop this session here. Again, before I stop this session, I just want to tell you one thing. Take this question and answer session very seriously. When you take a topic, when you revise a topic, if you have any doubt, just note down that question so that when you come to the next session, you can just clear that particular doubt. This is the advantage you have in online session with a trainer. Okay, friends. So okay, there is one more question coming here, like what is the difference between Linux basics and shell script? So we are not learning shell scripting here. Scripting is all about like, making some changes. Scripting is like making a program there in a way. You're not learning the scripting here. We are learning the Linux administration part. I'll show you like how to make a small web server, or I'll show you how to upgrade your server. I'll show you some basic commands. That is what we need. If someone is planning to go with the Linux administration part, then shell scripting is much more needed. Coming to our AWS, after some time, if you learn the Python course, then it is good for you. But shell scripting is related closely to the Linux administration part. So in this course, when I say the server OS, Linux server OS, we will be learning about how to use a server OS, Linux server OS, and how we are installing some applications like web services and how we can access those things. Some basic commands, some infrastructure, all those things we will see. The architecture actually, sorry, not infrastructure, the architecture of Linux and all this. See, when you face the interview, they will ask you some questions from networking, operating system, and virtualization also. So for that reason, I have added some specific topics there. If someone is a Linux administrator here, then it is advantage for him. If someone has already done CCNA, then again it is advantage for him. But if someone is a fresher still, he can learn everything by understanding these concepts. Yeah, so I guess that much is enough for today. So again, very good luck for you. Very good luck for your careers, friends. So hope to see you again on 14th April morning, 8 a.m. That's it, friends. That's it for today. Thanks again for joining. See you on 14th. Bye.